Hello and welcome. Faria Barlas here, psychologist, business growth and success coach. And today I want to speak with you about something that is personally very important to me. And I feel like it's something that is not talked about as much. I want to bring your attention to when self-development, healing and inner work becomes another form of avoidance. Now, as we all know, doing the inner work, healing, and self-development is very important. It's actually crucial for any expansion. If you want to expand in your life, if you want to grow your business, if you want to have a better relationship in each and one of these aspects of our lives, and if you want to grow and expand, self-development, inner work, and inner healing is the number one thing that you need to pay attention to. However, what I have come to understand and see is that sometimes it can become a form of self-sabotage. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes personal development and the amount of time and effort and mind engagement that can be dedicated to that will take you away from taking actions. I want to highlight that sometimes focusing only on self-development and just trying to work on yourself can actually prevent you from stepping into the life that you actually want to live. Today, I want to break down how self-improvement and just focusing on self-improvement can become a bit of an addiction. I want to also highlight the sneaky ways people use self-development, inner work in order to actually avoid real change. I also want us to think about and consider that endless healing and engaging with constant healing doesn't necessarily lead to transformation, and that we need to be using healing as a foundation. It's not the destination. So self-growth is supposed to help you make your life better. It's supposed to help you unblock the invisible barriers towards growth, towards expansion. But what happens when it becomes a never-ending cycle? How do you know when you're in that cycle yourself? You will see signs such as you may always feel like you're not quite there yet. You know, you're always thinking that in order for me to take the next step or take action, I need to expand more. I need to have that one more breakthrough, or I need to have one more of something. So you're not really actually taking actions. You're constantly in that place of trying to look at your own self without shifting anything. I want you to pay attention to something, and that is sometimes what happens, and I've seen it many times actually, that people replace external distractions such as, you know, scrolling on your phone mindlessly, or watching Netflix, or overeating without paying attention or being mindful. Sometimes people replace these external distractions with self-work distractions, i.e. meditation or journaling, or, you know, different things. So I want to stress that all these things, meditation, you know, affirmations, journaling, sitting with your emotions, they are super important in your self-development. And these are the things that we need to have in our lives on a daily basis. So this is not taking away from the importance of these of learning how to sit with yourself. However, I have seen that sometimes these very things become another form of distraction. And the reason for that is because when healing can feel productive, so you feel like it can be a safe way for you to avoid discomfort because you're healing. So you're not going to take action, or, you know, because you're still in a process of healing. And the example of that is sometimes people postpone launching something. If they want to launch their business, if they want to become more visible, they stop that because they think, okay, I just need to take one more training on this strategy, or I need to do one more, I need to sit with myself more, or I need to visualize more. So that prevents people from actually taking actions. And another example is, you know, if you're wanting to get asked for that pay rise, if you want to put yourself out there and become more visible, if you know, all the things that are associated with you growing and expanding. Rather than actually taking actions, you engage more and more with self-development and the things that you need to sort of clear within yourself. Now, these things are very important. I want to stress that these are essential for growth. So you unblocking inner, I mean, this is what I do, this is what I teach and I work with people, that unblocking invisible barriers are essential for your success. However, they need to also be followed through by aligned action. So most people might not even realize that they're using self-improvement as a form of avoidance. And there are many reasons as to why people do that. One of the most common reason and the most important, I guess, is people are fearful of the unknown. So healing, self-development can become comfortable. So people can feel safe in that space because they don't actually have to take much action. They don't actually have to become visible to others. And if you're not doing the self-development path or work right, and if you're just focusing on mindset and your thoughts, chances are that you're not even making yourself visible to your own self, meaning that you're not even making your hidden fears or emotions and painful emotions visible to your own self. So you're actually only staying on the surface of self-development and healing. So you're not really actually doing much of a shift within. The other reason as to why people sometimes become stuck in these cycles is that perfectionism can be disguised as growth. So people might think, okay, if I just kind of do one more thing, if it's not done right, or if I'm not fully healed and I will only take actions when I'm fully healed, that's actually perfectionism. And that's another form of avoidance. That's another form of staying in functional freeze. So it's important to know that healing is about revisiting the past. Healing is about understanding your conditioning, your programming, your patterns, your beliefs. It's about understanding where they come from. But you're not really supposed to then continue to stay there. You're supposed to actually use this information in order to make the necessary changes for your growth. So in the work that I do, trauma healing, psychological insight, somatic work, they are all essential parts of healing because we are going to build a foundation for growth. So I use healing as a way to build that foundation so you can expand, build a foundation for you to start dreaming and visualizing the life that you truly desire and want to live. It's not a place for you to stay in forever because that then prevents you from actually living your life. So I want you to ask yourself something, that if you were to take the action that would lead to your more success or expansion, if you were to take that action today, what is stopping you? Because if the whole work, the inner work and self-development is to learn how to regulate your nervous system, you should be able to start taking aligned steps and actions. So yes, we don't want you to become dysregulated. We don't want you to step into action without creating safety first. But at some point, you need to ask, what is preventing you from taking action? If it is to create safety, then the focus should be on that. But if it is there's fear around the unknown, then that's what you need to work on. So it's crucial not to see healing as the destination. Healing is what we are supposed to do in order to create the life that we want. Ask yourself, is it really the lack of healing that stops you from taking action, or is it the fear of stepping into the unknown? Because this can become a bit tricky. I have worked with people, I have seen people who use like personal development not to actually take actions, and that defeats the whole purpose and point of healing, because the whole idea is for us to live in line with our missions, to live a purposeful life. I also want you to know that a lot of people who create success for themselves, a lot of people who create love and fulfillment in their lives are not necessarily fully healed. They haven't necessarily completed their healing journey, because this is supposed to be, self-development can be ongoing, but it's the difference is that as you are going through that development, as you go through that healing, that you also take actions, that you're also able to step into your next level while healing, not waiting until after. I want you to know that you are already enough, that instead of preparing constantly for the life that you want to live, maybe you need to start giving yourself permission to actually living that life. Healing is a tool, it's not a destination. Healing is what's necessary for you to build a foundation for growth. Healing is what you're worthy of. You deserve to heal your old wounds. You deserve to heal the wounds of your ancestors and your community. But you're not really supposed to stay stuck there. And you're supposed to use that as a foundation for you to give yourself permission to dream. Give yourself permission to have a vision, the kind of vision that, you know, that makes your heart full. You're supposed to have all of these things. And I don't want you to not step into the life that you want to live because you're so busy trying to distract yourself in self-development. They could go hand in hand, and actually they are supposed to, and they should go hand in hand. If this resonates, feel free to subscribe for more trauma-informed success strategy.